Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and it's been a long time since I've said that. I've not uploaded in a month, obviously, and it's been about 2-3 months since my last proper matchday vlog. Obviously, because of the unprecedented events going on in the world, there's not been a lot happening. We have to be in lockdown, of course, as you all know. And yeah, I've not been given much, I haven't had much to upload, so because of it, life has been a bit boring as you expect, but it's got to be done. It's the best thing that has to be done at that time, and I want to urge you all to do stay at home, follow the government advice, and be sure to just stay safe as well. But because of that, and I thought I'd upload just so I can get an upload back out for you guys, and I'm going to bring you sort of best goals that Hampton have scored throughout the years. So in this year's going to have goals from this season, some from last season, and some from a mixture of throughout the years from our archive footage that are pretty old as well. So most of the footage is my footage, and any footage I have used that doesn't belong to me will be credited in the link in the description. So be sure to check that out. And if you do want to keep up with me, be sure to check out my Twitter in the link below and my Snapchat, which you can add me on to keep up to date with me. Because obviously there's not going to be much going on my YouTube channel at the moment. But yeah, thank you for the continued support on this channel. I'm gone past 160 subscribers, but yeah, I'm gonna give another narration for each goal as well. So I'll see you then. But yeah, hope you enjoy the video. So the first goal on the list is Chris Dixon's goal against Eastleigh last season. This was a massive moment last season. This obviously in the FA Cup, as you may have seen. I may have made reference to it a few times in some of my vlogs. It was in the FA Cup fourth qualifying round, a spot in the first round at stake, and a potential chance to play one of the big Football League clubs. We went away to a National League team, a team obviously a lot higher than us. They'd recently parted company with their manager as well, and we went there and we put on a brilliant performance. We went out and scored a late goal with about 4 minutes left on the clock. Chris Dixon stepped up with a brilliant finish to put it past the Eastleigh keeper and win it for us with 4 minutes left on the clock and send us into the first round of the FA Cup, where we obviously took on Oldham Athletic, and the goal from that game was obviously going to be featuring on this video a lot in a bit, so stay tuned for that. But it was a massive moment for the club, one of the big moments in our season, in that 18-19 season, and it was a moment that we're not going to be able to forget for a long time. Next up is the most recent goal scored on this list from this season. It was the late winner from DANILO ORSI-DADOMO away at Maidstone. This was an incredible game. I wish I was able to go to it. Unfortunately, I wasn't. It looks incredible. The scenes in the last minute when we scored were just incredible from the pictures and shown. It looks an incredible game. It was a massive win as well for us in the playoff race, obviously before the season was halted, over a team that are going for playoffs as well in Maidstone. And we did the double over in that season as well. And another goal from the Maidstone home game was also featured on this list. But more about the game. It was a topsy-turvy game in which we went behind, and then Jake Gray leveled things up for us. And then in the second half, it was a bit of a stalemate. And then looking towards the end, we created a lot of chances in that game. We could have won it later on with a shot that was cleared off the line. It looked as though it had crossed the line, but it was cleared off the line. And then just minutes after that, Danilo stepped up with a brilliant run and a brilliant scrambled finish before finding the corner and sending the away fans into absolute pandemonium. And it was a brilliant goal and one of the most memorable ones from this season.
And it comes in to the number 7. There's going to be a shot. Is there? Hampton could go for a winner here, and it's going to be a winning goal for Hampton. It's an absolute sickener for Maidstone. It's stoppage time.
Same old story here at the Gallagher.
ORSI-DADOMO for Hampton after really they had.
Next, we have 2 goals from the same game. They're both from this season again. It's the Hungerford away game, which was memorable because it was absolutely tipping it down with rain. And it's Danilo ORSI-DADOMO's and Charlie WASSMER's goals. And the second one in particular is particularly iconic because we were mobbed in the rain. It was a brilliant moment for the fans to celebrate with the players as well. And this one that I was going to remember because of just how iconic it was. And yeah, brilliant away day and some brilliant goals scored and a good 3 points as well.
Oh, yeah!
Next up, we've got another one from this season and another last-minute winner. It's from the TONBRIDGE at home game where we won 1-0. We played most of this game with a man advantage as they had an early red card for Tommy Brewer, the ex-Hampton man. He was sent off for a poor two-footed lunge. We were pretty much a dominant team throughout the game, but we just struggled to break down the very tight and defensive TONBRIDGE team. They did have chances themselves, to be fair, which they couldn't take, but then it left us until the last minute, better than ever, as a cross from the right was whipped in and Sam Deadfield tucked in at the back post to secure them a big 3 points in a game which was between two teams at the time who were both down the bottom of the league, and it sparked brilliant scenes as you'll see by the video. What's he done with that? Come on! Come on! Go on! Go on! Go on! Box!
Box! That's it! Right,
Yes!
right.
Yes! Yes! Come on! Come on! Yes! Come on! Come on! Yes! For the next goal, we go to one of our most memorable seasons and probably one of our better seasons, and if not the best season in memorable times, the 2017-18 season, in which we got to the playoff finals, and you'll obviously, some of you will know what will happen in the final, and you'll find out anyway later on. But this goal was from the playoff semi-final away at Chelmsford. Max KRETZSCHMAR put in the penalty, which was the only goal of the game, and sent us into the final to play Braintree. The game itself was a fairly even game. Chelmsford probably were the better side at first. And the red card, which gave away the penalty for us, pretty much ended the contest, and we were comfortable for the rest of the game, and we held out and got to the playoff final. Next up, we have another game from this season. It's the game against Maidstone United at home. Obviously, I already included the one from the away game, but this in the home fixture, we won 2-1, and it was settled by a late winner from Tyrone Luthwaite, on which Ryan Hill crossed low and he just tapped it in from close range. It was a brilliant win for us, a massive win for us, which kept our winning run going, and yeah, it was a really good celebration as well afterwards. So here's the goal. Come on. Oh. Go on. Yes, yes! Come on! Come on! Come on! Next up, we go to last season and to one of my first ever vlogs on the channel. I believe it was my second vlog. It was the EASTLEIGH game at home, where for most of the game it was a pretty dull encounter. Nothing much happened. I remember they had a player sent off, but we still struggled to break him down until, in the last minute, out of pretty much nothing, MURREL-WILLIAMSON called us brilliant effort from the edge of the box into the corner of the net, right at the death to send us into absolute raptures, brilliant scenes, and yeah, I would warn headphone users, there's a warning on screen because it does get a bit loud. Oi! Oi! Next, we go back to last season yet again, and to probably the most memorable game of the season. It's from the Oldham Athletic game at home in the FA Cup, and it was probably the best night of that season, the best night at the club for a while. It was an incredible atmosphere, an incredible game. We came so close to progressing and then snatching a replay. Conceded 2 late goals, obviously, as you may know. But this goal was the penalty that Chris Dixon scored. It was a pretty contentious penalty, as it was a dive, and I believe Miller Rodney was given a retrospective ban for it afterwards as well. But nevertheless, it was a penalty which was scored and gave us hope and made us believe, although for a very brief amount of time.
Come on, Daniel!
Go on, Iverson! Next, we go back to this season again and to the Dartford away game, in which Ryan Hill scored the goal to give us all 3 points in the 2-1 victory. This goal was scored fairly late on in the first half, after DANILO ORSI-DADOMO had equalised for us after we'd fallen behind early on. And it was a massive 3 points for us as well, because at the time Dartford were in and around the playoff regions. They may even have been in the playoffs. But yeah, massive 3 points for us and a really good goal from Ryan Hill to secure us all 3 points.
And there's Hill. Can he get it? Hill comes in again. Down on goal. Second goal for Hampton on 42 minutes, number 7, Ryan Hill.
Next we go back to this season again, and it's one of the most memorable games of the season, and it was our best performance of the season at the time. So when we beat the league leaders WEALDSTONE 2-0 at home, it's a brilliant performance. They just never came near us really. We are a breaking team to them as well. They do struggle to beat us in recently late years. But what a performance this was. Danilo got us on our way with a brilliant goal to give us the lead at 1-0. And then Jake Gray finished things off, making it 2-0. And yeah, just what a performance. And it was amazing scenes as well, as you'll see by the video.
Get in the box! Go! Tap it in! Come on!
Next up is the fourth of the 6 goals we scored against Hungerford at home this season in the league. And the reason I picked this fourth one in particular out of the 6 I could have picked was because it was scored by Dean Inman, and it was just such the unlikely goal scorer. The run he made was incredible for a centre-half, and he just slotted it into the corner. Brilliant goal, and the most memorable from the game. And what a performance it was. The highest scoring game of the season for us. And yeah, one of the last ones as well of the season as well. So, a memorable game to remember. And the final goal of this list is also the oldest goal on the list, and the quality shows it's the oldest too. It's from the 2000-2001 season, before I was even born. It's against Worcester City in the FA Cup 4th qualifying round, in which we thumped them 5-0 to go through to the first round proper and face Barnet. And this is a memorable game because it was the first time we qualified for the first round proper of the FA Cup as well. And with that, it was a memorable game because we scored 5 goals as well, a thumping victory. No one expected it. And yeah, this is the first of the 5 scored by Matt FLITTER to give us an early 1-0 lead. And yeah, it's a good scene in the crowd as well. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you did enjoy. I've worked on this for a while now, so I would appreciate it if you dropped a like, subscribe and share it with your friends if you did, because as like I said, it took me a while to make and edit this video. Hope you're all staying safe during these times as well. So yeah, don't forget to check out my social medias in the description below, my Snapchat and Twitter if you want to stay up to date with me. Also, if you do have any video suggestions of what you want me to do during these times, then leave them down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to take them into account and maybe do them. But yeah, thank you very much for watching this video, guys. I hope you liked it, and yeah, and I'll see you for my next video soon.